Hi, I'm Craig Grant and this is Cobweb Maths. This video on mindsets is linked to two other videos. It is important you view all three videos before you look at the associated story videos. Now I'm going to show you the associated mind map. Okay, that's what I'm going to talk about today. Here's one of the other videos. It's called The Incentive Effect. It's quite important that you get the right end of the stick. This is a student-centered approach. What you look at is what do they want? I know you want to motivate them, but the way to do that effectively is to think about what they want. And this is told with a story, and over here we have the cobwebbing parable. It's quite a nice little story about cobwebbing. It works on a couple of levels. Here I'm demonstrating the power of the story. There's a fourth element in here, which I do at the very end. And this leads on to three stories. The first one, it might be hard to read because it's in green. It's called Beating Big Brother, and it's a really great example of action research. The next one is Zero to Hero, and the last one is Zero to Hero to Zero. Now, these last two stories are quite different, but they have the same kind of elements. They're very similar, but they're in different contexts. And that's what I've put Zero to Hero to Zero in. Alright, so now I'll start on this video, Mindsets Matter. My goal when I began teaching was to be the teacher I wanted when I was at school. Someone would tell me the things I needed to know outside the curriculum, and I wanted to be the best teacher I could be. So I came up with a plan. It involved reviewing my teaching day and making improvements for the next day. I did that relentlessly for the rest of my teaching career, and I was ignorant of what I was doing. It's action research. You can find it on the internet, and here is a helpful definition. Action research. If every lesson becomes an investigation into the factors affecting learning and teaching, and the findings are used in the next day's teaching, then teachers cannot help but develop a greater mastery of the art of teaching. Now, I've got a couple of reflections here. Action research leads to continuous improvement. That's the first one. And the action research cycle can be used during a lesson if you use what I call flexible planning. And flexible planning is covered in Maths Teaching 101.3. Now, if it's not on YouTube, it's still in the pipeline, along with a lot of other things. Now, I now want to mention the fourth element. Now get it centered. The fourth element is very important. If you think you can or think you can't, you're right. That's a quote from Henry Ford. And this is what I think. I think each person creates their own reality. So if you think you can, then you're right, you can. If you think you can't, you're right, and you can't. That's what I mean by a person creating their own reality. and this is quite important. Thank you.